All right, here's a video on everything you wanted to know about fastening and some things you didn't want to know. All right, so this is called an impact. This is a drill, all right? This one will drill holes. It will also screw in screws if you put this in, all right? So if you use this to screw in screws, always have this set on number 1. This will give it a slower speed and more torque so you can drive that screw deeper. Right. I prefer to use the impact when putting in screws. Now when you're putting screws in softwood like this, you can just put the screw in. You don't have to drill a hole. That's it. Nice and tight. There's no gap there. Occasionally, when you attach boards together like this, you'll have to attach them like this. Now in this case, you'll want to pre-drill this hole because if you don't, this may crack. It doesn't always. Depends on how dry the wood is. So you'll want to drill a hole in here. Just deep enough to get through. Okay, now the screw that you put in will slide through this one and just grip in this one. And it'll hold it tight without it splitting the end of this board. You really have to feather these. Once you start to hear it hammer, then if you just keep going, one of the things that'll happen is the screw will just keep going. All right, and now that's too deep. We don't want them that deep at all. So I'm gonna reverse this, and there's the problem. Now the screw is so deep we can't get it out. So if that happens to you, one way you can get this out is to push down on this board, and oftentimes it will pop back out. So this is softwood, all right? Spruce, pine, fir, that kind of stuff. When we're talking about a hardwood and screwing two pieces of hardwood together, you always need to pre-drill, always. You have no choice. If you were to try to screw these two pieces together here without pre-drilling, that will happen every time. It will crack, okay? So that ruins a lot of work that you've already done to get this board to size. So you always have to pre-drill. So this is pre-drilled at 3/16, and then I countersunk it too. So 3/16, countersinking means using a bit like this, generally in the drill press if you can, but you can also use a hand drill, and cutting that out. And the whole idea here is, I've cut this piece out. I did this one earlier. I pre-drilled it 3/16. Then I use a countersunk it. Then I just cut this piece out just so you can see what happens. This screw will come through, and now it sits in there nicely. Okay, you don't have to worry about anything splitting because now all of the pressure is straight down. So in this case, you're also going to want to put a pilot hole in, a 7/64 pilot hole, because even if we don't have a pilot hole and we go to screw these together, the same thing happens. It splits again. So you will need a 7/16 pilot hole. 7/64, sorry. To put a drill bit in this drill, or to take it out, you can just spin this part of the chuck here. If you're taking it out, you spin it clockwise until the bit is loose. To put it in, hold the bit in place and turn it counterclockwise until it grips, and then you can hear it click. And then you'll know you're good to go. Okay. If for some reason you don't know what size bit this is, and you want to know, because you want to put it away in the right spot, then you can take this gauge that sits over where we have our drill bits, and you can just try to see which hole it fits into. All right, oh, it fits there. Oh, it doesn't fit in this one, so it must be that one. It must be 3/16. There you go, everything you wanted to know about fastening. To put this in and take this out, you just pull this collet ahead and it pops out a little bit and you can pull it out. To put it in, push it ahead, pull the collet out, push, and it holds it in place. That's it.